Hello, 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 beautiful people. I know it's so late, but I wanted to get this video out before I head to bed, depending on what part of the world that you are watching me right now. You're probably waking up, going to bed, going to work, at work, going to church. Listen, I want you to know that I do appreciate you. That's right. I do appreciate you. If you're going to be watching this as a replay, I appreciate you too. And don't forget to comment and tell me what part of the world that you are watching me from. Don't forget to comment and tell me what part of the world that you are watching me from. I am super excited. I promise you, I'm not going to be long. I'm not going to be long. It is so late, but I wanted to get this out. Anyhow, my name is Christy Iwuchukwu, coming to you all the way from the Sunshine State of California, the beautiful city of Sacramento. Christy Iwuchukwu from the Women's Coaching Association, where women coaching professionals educate, connect, and collaborate to grow their businesses. You probably have seen the title of today's video. The title of today's video, we're talking about three foolproof ways to eliminate barriers during your presentation. That's right. One of the ways we're going to talk about today happens to be storytelling. When I was growing up, one of the things that I really looked forward to every night was the elders coming together, and the children will gather around the elders and they will tell folklore stories. I look forward to it. It's been so long, many years ago, and I still remember some of them like it was yesterday. And most of the stories, of course, has to do with the tortoise. And I still remember some of those stories like it was yesterday. It's been so long ago. Why? Because when you teach a lesson, when you impart wisdom and you pass down information through stories, people tend to remember that no matter how long it has been. And story happens to be one of the oldest method of communication. One of the oldest method of communication happens to be story. Why do we love stories so much? Because our brains are wired for storytelling. Storytelling. Look at social media everywhere, good, ugly, and the bad. Stories everywhere. We love stories. Why? Because it's very memorable. That's why we love stories. We just love stories. We love stories. But anyhow, so I'm going to talk about why do we love stories so much? Why do we love so much stories? I can't get it out. I told you guys it's getting so late. It's past my bedtime. Why do we love stories so much? Because we think about Steve Jobs. If you remember when he came out with the Apple, the story that he told about Apple, he made you feel like he's taking you into a journey. This little device can do just about anything you want to do and forget about a computer, right? So we bought that story. That's why Apple is the new iPhone that came out. It's over $1,000 and people are still buying it. But anyhow, stories can really elevate the brand of a company. It's like any company that can get the best stories out, they have advantage over the other companies. Story sells. You probably have heard it several times that stories sell because you are able to convey about your product and services, and people will buy into what you're selling based on how you were able to tell that story, how you were able, I'm getting tongue-tied, how you were able to tell that story. If you can tell a good story, you don't even have to convince that person, because the person will see themselves in the story and buy into the transformation that your product and services will provide. That's why we love stories so much. And it's so relatable. It is so relatable. You may not have so much in common with someone, but if you're talking to that person, if you're if you're having a presentation, you can find a story that is very common that that person can relate to. People will lean in, they want to grab every single word, that they will be hanging to every single word that you're talking about. They may not remember everything, but they'll remember it through the story, because story is memorable. That's why we love injecting stories in what we present. It's a good way to present when you can, you know. Now I go back to what I was saying. The elders will teach us lessons, will pass down the knowledge, will really, a lot of wisdoms and lessons that they imparted in us was through those folklores. And the same thing here, when you are using your story, we're injecting a story, and you're doing it so well during your presentation. Even if you're teaching a complex presentation, whatever you're doing is very complex, and you are able to bring story, inject story into it, it's easy to swallow. People can understand it. They may not understand all the complex information, but they will definitely understand the story that goes along with it. That's why we love stories, because it's very memorable. It's easy to digest. People can just listen to story all day long. And also, when it comes to story, one of the story is really the backbone of any business marketing strategy. Definitely, that's why one of the reasons that some businesses do so well is because they are able to convey what they do in such a way that the buyer is able to see the benefit and the transformation that their product and services will provide. So definitely, story is one of the best ways that you can bring somebody in. You bring your listeners, your presenters, your customers in to what you are selling or what you are teaching them. In this case, is presentation. So having a good strategy, a good process to craft your story really can have a great impact in how you deliver that story and how your story is received. So let's go back again. Tomorrow, we're going to talk about the second and the third one. Today, we talked about the first one. One of the ways to eliminate barriers in your presentation is through storytelling. Through storytelling. So if you are going to have the story, if you're going to have a presentation, next time you have a presentation, I encourage you to try storytelling, inject storytelling in your presentation. And this is one of the things that I help female entrepreneurs do, coaches, authors, and speakers as well, step by step on how to craft your story to have a greater impact. And yeah. So tomorrow again, we're coming back with part one. And today's part one, part two, and part three. And I hope you come back and join me tomorrow as we look into part two and part three on how to eliminate barriers when you do a presentation. And I think I'm going to put in the comment section, I'm actually going to put a link there, because next week I have something that I have been cooking for quite a while, and it's ready. I've been cooking it, simmering it, putting it on slow cooker, and it is ready. Next week you get to partake in that experience of my cooking. So I'm going to put down below, or above I should say, the link for you. If you want to know more about it, I would love for you to really oh, actually, better yet, go ahead and put yes if you wanna know more about what I'm talking about. But I will reveal that as time goes on. Okay. Until next time, listen. My name is Christy Wuchuku, and as always, I am reminding you that your fingerprint, look at it, is by design and not by choice. The world is waiting for you to rock your brilliance. Take care now. Bye bye.